Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is so good to see you wherever you're coming from, whatever time. I'm glad that you're here. We're going to be taking a look at this first lesson, which is about visual patterns. So, we're starting to talk about sequences and how we can see patterns of numbers grow. So, hopefully, you did the pre unit check yesterday. And now we're going to look at our first little lesson together about visual patterns. So there's 13 slides. We can see them all up at the top. This is the student view, so it should look the same on your end. So we have this figure, and it says, without counting one by one, determine how many tiles there are in this figure. Now, the answers can vary. People might notice different things, and you may count them in groups. So take a second to think about how you would do this without counting one by one. Something that I notice is we have these like wings in groups of 3. And I see a few of them. There's one, here's another group, and here's a final group. So we have 4 groups of 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus another 3 is 9, plus another 3 is 12, and then we have this one in the middle here, which would get us 13 in total. So you want to put 13 there if that's what you got, and maybe you did it this similar way, or maybe you did it in a different way. You can show your thinking like I did by using the little whiteboard tool, or you can explain your thinking using sentences. I noticed that the figure had wings of 3, and there were 4 of those wings, and then I also added the centerpiece. Maybe instead of all that, there we go. Maybe you notice there's this whole diagonal of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's 2 of them, but we have this one shared piece. So 7 times 2 is 14. Minus that shared piece, so you don't count it twice, gets us 13. However you're getting there is perfect. Just show or explain that thinking on your slide. And when you're all set, push ahead to slide 2. So pattern A. It says the figure in the warm-up is part of a visual pattern. Use the sliders to explore the pattern. So there's this slider, and you can take it back to figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. And you can kind of notice how the figure grows. So what do you think figure 4 will look like? Can you imagine it? Can you picture what's going to change once figure 4 is added? And then using that knowledge, how many tiles will be in figure 4? So maybe we notice, hey, each time they add a box. So figure 4 is going to add a box to each end. So then how many tiles will there be in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I got 17. So figure 4 is going to have 17 tiles. And if you hit try it, it'll check it and notice, yeah, there are exactly 17 tiles that are going to exist in figure 4. Beautiful. Once you have that plugged in, go ahead to slide 3. Here are the number of tiles in figures 1 through 4. So we're looking at the same figure, and it's asking about figure 10. Now this is going to be adding a lot each time. Like we would have to make a lot of figures, and that can be kind of hard to draw figure 5, figure 6, figure 7, all the way to figure 10. So when we start to see a sequence and notice that it's growing by the same amount each time, we can look at how the number of tiles are changing. So we started with 5 tiles, and then we got to 9. How many did we add to get to 9 tiles? 4. Let's see if that stays the same. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 4 is 17. Oh, why am I writing 14? Here we go, plus 4. Sorry about that. So we're adding 4 each time. So figure 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is how far we're going up. So 17 plus 4 is going to get us 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. 25 plus 4 is 29. 29 plus 4 is 33. 33 plus 4 is 37. And finally, 37 plus 4 is 41. So we have this arithmetic sequence happening because we're adding the same amount of tiles each time by adding each to those wingspans that are coming out. Kind of looks like a butterfly. Beautiful. Let's look at another one in slide 4. When you're ready, push ahead to slide 4. Oh wait, we can hit try it. So let's see. Ooh, and here we go. With figure 10, we have 41 tiles, so that is correct. Beautiful. Pattern B. So now we have a different shape happening. Figure 1 starts with one box. Then we add another one underneath it and to the right of it. Then we're adding, so here's, I'll highlight our figure 2. And then we're adding these stairs all around it. Boop, 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 to get our figure 3. Matthias says that figure 4 is going to have 6 plus 4 tiles. Let's take a look at what we think. So we're going to notice the pattern in the table. To go from 1 tile to 3, we added 2. Then to go from 3 to 6, we added 3. So for figure 4, it looks like our the amount that we're adding each time is increasing by 1. So do we agree that we're going to add 4 to get to figure 4? And you can hit yes or no. Notice the pattern. We want to keep that pattern the same. It's going up by 1 each time. So 6 plus 4 would get us 10 tiles. So I'm going to say yes. And we can explain our thinking, putting that into a sentence, right? Matthias is correct because each time the number is increasing by 1. So the last time we added 3, so this next time we're going to add 4. And then we'll add 5, and then we'll add 6, etc. So make sure to explain your thinking in there as well. And when you're all set, push ahead to slide 5. Here is the visual pattern from the previous screen. And it says click to create figure 5 of the pattern. So here's figure 1. Add 2 to get figure 3. Add 3 to get figure 3, excuse me. Now we're going to add 4 for figure 4. And finally for 5, 3, 4, 5. We're adding 5 boxes. And we can check our work, see if that's correct. And it is! Yay! So we did that nicely. Beautiful. Let's go to slide 6. Here are figures 1 through 5. How many tiles will there be in figure 10? I'm going to move my video. Oop, where'd it go? So we have 1 through 5 in the chart here. So we can make a table to get to 10. Okay. So looking at the pattern we had, we added 2, then we added 3, then we added 4, then we added 5. So the next thing we want to do to find 6 is add 6. 15 plus 6 gets us 21. Then we'll add 7 to get 28. Then we'll add 8. 28 plus 8 is 36. Then we're going to add 9 to get 36 plus 9 is 45. And then finally we'll add 10 to get 55. And it says we can plug that in and hit try it. So here's figure 10. Let's see if our 55 tiles is correct. Voila! Brilliant. Looks awesome. Okay. Push ahead to slide 7. Here are the two visual patterns that we've seen. How are they alike and how are they different? So what did we notice about the two different patterns? I want you to do this slide on your own. Think about what was the same between them and what was different between them. And your answer may vary, but I want you to just look at this screen and think about and share as to what feels alike and what feels different. You can pause the video if you need to. Once you have your answer in there, hit share with class, and then we'll go to slide 8. Here are figures 1 through 4 of a new visual pattern. How many tiles will there be in figure 7? So here's figure 1. Ooh, here's figure 2, figure 3, and figure 4. So it's definitely getting bigger quicker. What is happening? Let's take a look at the numbers. So to go from 3 to 6, we're adding 3, right? And then 6 to 12, we're adding 6. 12 to 24, we're adding 12. So what do we notice about these numbers? 3, 6, 12. How are those increasing each time? We can notice that they're doubling in size, right? 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. So the next one we'll add for figure 5. Make my little chart. We have 12. So when we double 12, we get 24. 24 plus 24 is 48. And there's a calculator built in, also if you need this over here, which moved everything. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. To double 24, 24 times 2 is 48. So we have 48 plus 48 gets us 96. And then 48 doubled is 96. And 96 plus 96 is 192. So you can see how much faster this one grew because we're not adding the same amount each time. We're actually doubling the tiles each time. So this one is 192 tiles. Look how big this is by figure 7. It has really doubled. Beautiful. Once you have that all plugged in, on slide 9, you're going to try and make one of your own. So here are the numbers of tiles in figures 1 through 3. Create a figure to match the pattern in the table. And then think about how many tiles there will be in figure 8. So you're going to work through this one on your own, making your own tile. Okay. Notice that they're all going to be increasing by the same amount, so we should all have, even though the visuals will be a little different, we should have the same amount of tiles in figure 8. Try that one out. And then push to slide 10. This is going to give you some more practice, so if you're not feeling sure, this is a great spot to explore and do some more practice problems here. On slide 11, you're going to talk about at least one strategy for determining the number of tiles in figure 7. And then on slide 12, you're going to think about how many tiles there'll be in figure 5. So those last few slides you're going to do on your own. And then on slide 13, you're just rating the lesson. If you need help, reach out to me. We can find a time to go over any questions. Y'all are amazing. You got this. Talk to you soon.